Assalamu alaikum everyone and welcome back to another video. So in today's video we will be going to discuss about the interrupts. What do you mean by interrupt? In Urdu, interrupt means रुकावट. किसी भी चीज़ के अंदर रुकावट का आना interrupt कहलाता है. So we will be going to discuss it in uh, the language of AVR, or you can say that in the language of microcontrollers. An interrupt is any kind of statement or keyword that stops or interrupt the program flow, and the program flow has been disturbed, and first of all that interrupt has been executed successfully. After that our program start executing from that position where it is going to perform the execution. So this is our document which includes the interrupts, and it we have a complete discussion on the interrupts. So that is not our topic. So we will directly head towards our code, and from our code we will be going to discuss some important registers that are being used while we are going to study the interrupts. So let's go. So here is our AVR microcontroller at my Atmel Studio screen. So this is our code that we, by the help of that code, we will be going to perform our interrupts. So first of all, we will be going to initialize the port. First of all, we will be going to declare A, B, and F as an output, because why we declare port A? Port A is declared because our main program contains the code that shows or complements the value of port A. So that is why we declared port A as an output. After that, we will begin the LCD we will initialize an LCD, and after that, this is our code. Um, when we are going to discuss at Mega 2560, at Mega 250 contains six kind of interrupts, which are named as PD0, which was declared at port D, which was declared at port D at pin 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, 6. So PD0 corresponds to interrupt 0. PD1 corresponds to interrupt 1. So we will be going to use two interrupts at a time. So the we will be going to initialize the prescaler that in this way, if there is any change in the logic, performs the interrupt. So this is our masking register, and this is our main code in which we just toggle the bits of port A. So this is our interrupt service routine for interrupt 0 and interrupt 1. First of all, we will be going to clear the LCD, and then we will be going to print the string LCD interrupt 1. The string was not printed accurately because of some issues, I don't know. So let's head towards our Proteus code. But before going to move towards that, we will just build our code. Uh, uh, we build our solution, and this is our Proteus. As you can see that I am going to attach a button at IO21 port. So first of all, let's change it to IO21. So that button was being connected to the IO21, which corresponds to the interrupt 0. So the IO21 and IO20 is the pin for interrupt 1, and IO19 is the pin for interrupt 2. So in this way, we will be going to display our result on an LCD. Now let's start the simulation. As you can see, the simulation has started, and at the initial there is nothing displayed on the LCD. And you from now let heads towards our port A. As you can see that our whole port A bits are being toggling, because this was happening in our while loop, which is our main loop. Now let's see what happened when the interrupt has been called. Now the interrupt has been called, and our result was displayed on the screen that interrupt has been called, and our execution stops for a while, and after that our execution is being started. So in this way our interrupts work. And now if we again change the logic, our main code has been stopped and interrupts were displayed on the screen. So in the same manner our whole code works, and our interrupts has been called. So as we all know, all our interrupts has a priority. The highest priority interrupt is the reset. Whenever the reset button is pressed, whole of the functions are being stopped and program was begin from the starting. So that is all for today's video. If you like, then don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe button, and thank you and Allah Hafiz.